What's up, everybody? Jay Pounds with Dynasty Owner here. We got another rebuild video for you. Um, really, this video goes for everybody. But as players, I feel like rebuilding owners should be targeting more than rebuilding owners. As a rebuilding owner, you just don't have any room for old vets wasting a roster spot on your bench or anywhere on your roster for that matter. Um, they're just they're clogging up space. You need to rebuild your team, so get as many of these young lottery tickets on your team as possible. This is the time of year where you need to be eating, sleeping, dreaming, living rookies. Um, forming your own opinion on these guys, listening to different analysts, just pick as many brains as possible about these guys and then form your own opinion, because a lot of these guys aren't going to work out, but at least you can go down on your ship. This week we're going to talk about 15 players to target after your rookie drafts. From what I've seen, I've looked at a lot of different drafts. I've done a lot of dynasty owner drafts, and I feel like these guys aren't going to get drafted, or maybe they'll get drafted with the very last couple of picks in the third round, which doesn't cost much to trade up into. So basically what you want to look at with these types of guys, were they really good in college? Um, you know, what kind of I don't put a whole lot into the combine. Obviously, you want to know if they're athletic or not. How fast do they look on the football field? I really feel like the 40 time will tell you something, but film will also tell you something. Some guys are just they don't run well in 40s. Things like that. For instance, one of these guys down here, sneak peek, Jamar Jefferson. He just looks a lot faster on film than he ran in his 40. I think he ran like a 4.6 at the combine, 4.6 something. But he just looks a lot faster on tape. So things like that. Do they have a path to any type of playing time? Who's in front of them on the depth chart? Um, what kind of equity does the team have into them? Did they draft them high or not? Um, just things like that. But that's the kind of things you want to look into when you're targeting players that are going to go in the third round or that won't get drafted in your leagues at all. And then you want to fill the bottom end of your roster with as many of those guys as you have room for, because, like I said, you don't have room for old vets that don't have a ceiling, or don't have a high ceiling, I should say. Obviously, you're not going to go out and cut uh, Michael Thomas for nothing. Try to trade him, things like that, or even like Tyler Lockett. You don't want to just drop Tyler Lockett. He's at $10 million salary, or 10 and a quarter, I think it is. But trade him, things like that. And then fill your roster with these guys. If you're a rebuilding owner, obviously you don't want to do that. If you're a contending owner, you don't want to get rid of Tyler Lockett if you have the space to keep him. But if you're a rebuilding owner, like I said, just use common sense when it comes to your roster. And obviously every roster can use a couple of these guys at the back end of it, but for rebuilding owners, you want to double up on what you would as a contending owner, at least in my opinion, because the as you get, how do I want to word that? The younger you are, the better when you're rebuilding, because the players have more potential to grow with your team. But the first guy we got here is Davis Mills, 4 years, 1.3 million. He's the quarterback for the Houston Texans. He went to college at Stanford. I got to restart that. I think